Nam Timrandasya Gyanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jagadev. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, verse 79, Narada said that those who is free from doubt should worship the Supreme Lord Himself. Verse 80, he said, thus being glorified, the Lord appeared and grant realization to such surrendered being. Yeah? Earlier we have heard Sham talking about the state of a devotee. And of course, you see, like he was talking about all the leelas, what we see, what Bhagavan have enacted, But we have to understand, behind each leela, there is always a secret hidden. Actually, what he's doing, he's always fulfilling a certain connection which he had when he was Ram, or he was freeing some other devotee, And at the same time, you see, as much as it appeared that it is in a very terrible way, actually he's giving that realization, he's giving that liberation to that soul, because our soul longs only for one thing, to attain Him, to get to know Him. So how we will attain someone which we don't know? Now we know God, people say yes, we believe in God. How many people truly believe in God? To believe in something, you must know about that. To believe in God, you must know about Him. Without knowing about Him, how can you believe? Through that knowledge of knowing Him, the saints, all the great one, they have forged such a relationship with Him. For the saints, they can say, yes, we know Him. When Bhagavan will also say the same thing, I know them. Because that knowing, it is not a secondary experience. That knowing is an experience which personally one have experienced. It is due to that experience one can say, yes, I love Him. If you don't have that experience of love, how can you say that you love Him? If you have not that experience of His majestic, how great He is, how can you say that He is God? It is through that experience itself, that we get to know Him. And experience comes with knowledge. More we get to know Him, more we know, we have knowledge about Him, more our mind is open to the consciousness. More the consciousness rise to Him, more we start to experience Him. That's what we call realization. Actually, it is something very simple. But yet, because human is so attached to their limitation, that they don't perceive what greatness they hold inside of them. That's why Narada said, those which is free of doubt, we entertain doubt in many ways. Doubt firstly for oneself. We can't achieve something. We can't reach God because God is so far away. He's not far away actually. He's the nearest and the dearest. You are far away in your mind. That's why you perceive him far. There was once a sadhu, a yogi actually, let's say. He was sitting and meditating, a young fellow, and everybody was always looking at him. You know, they would come and have his darshan. And sometimes people would come and bring some milk for him, bring something to eat. I would have to say some sandwich. I am sure not. Some chapati, whatever. So, like that, the whole village will look at him and will glorify him. So one lady, one day she came and she started crying bitterly. And she asked, "Mother, why are you crying?" He said, "Listen, you have deep connection with God. There's only one wish in my life. I want to have a child. No? And we have tried, but nothing have happened. Maybe you can ask God. Ask Thakurji, ask Giridhariji. If it is in our destiny to have a child. But okay, fine, I will ask." That night when the yogi was meditating, he asked inside of him, "God, will that lady have a child?" Then the answer was no. There is no, in her destiny there were no children written. No? The next day when the lady came, the yogi announced, "Sorry to tell you, but in your destiny there is no child." So she became very sad, and she said, "What the use of life? That was my only wish. So I will kill myself." So having that in mind, she started rushing towards the well to commit suicide. So on the way, as she was rushing, there was an Avadut Baba. An Avadut Baba means it's a sage, but not present into this world. They're fully absorbed into that bliss continuously. So that Baba said, "Mother, what are you doing? Why are you committing suicide?" And she told the whole thing. And he started laughing like crazy. Because Avadut Babas, they appeared mad, just to hide their divinity, their sacredness. So he said, "How many children do you want?" The first one have said, talked to God and said, "It's not possible, there's no child in my destiny." And this one is asking me, "How many children?" I said, "Okay, one itself will be enough for me. We don't need to be greedy. One, enough." So the Avadut Baba said, "Okay, you will have two. But please don't commit suicide. Because for that to happen, you have to be alive." So, the lady said, "Okay, let's see." Eventually, she fell pregnant. She had twins. But the Avadut Baba, before departing, said, "When you have your children, bring them for blessing at the yogi. Let the yogi bless them." And the mother had said yes. So when the children were born, she went to the yogi with the two children. When he saw the two children, he was very embarrassed. He had to give the blessing because somebody have come. But he was feeling very embarrassed because God have told him that there is no, in her destiny, there is no children, and yet she came with 2 children. There's no child, but how is that possible? So he was very troubled inside of him. So he asked, he prayed, said, Bhagwan, you told me that in her destiny, there were not meant to have any children. There are no children written. How come then she have 2? Not only 1, 2. And then Bhagwan laughed and said, listen, you asked me the question, whether in her destiny there were children or not. I just answered you back. If you would have prayed, give that lady a child, I would have given. But you never asked for that. Whereas the sadhu, when she asked, straight away, I gave. Because I have to make the word of the sadhu right. The same when Prahlad Maharaj said to Hiranyakashipu, when Hiranyakashipu said, is your Bhagwan into that pillar? They said, yes, he's everywhere. He's in you, he's in the pillar, he's in me, he's in everything. But to prove his word right, Bhagwan came out from the pillar as Lord Nrsimhadev. So the same, to prove the word of the sadhu and the saints and the sages, right? He gave that child, that woman, 2 children. Then he said to the yogi, you see, the sages, saints, they are so absorbed, their mind is so absorbed in me, but I fully live in them. And they fully lived in me. So then how can I refuse when they are asking for something? I can't. So you see, Bhagwan, when we have that sincerity in our heart, He is the dearest. But we are so much engaged in so many things of the outside. We are so much engaged with our worried, with our problem, as if it is the first time that you have problem in your life. It's true. Look at somebody when they have problem. As if it's the first time in their whole life they have problem, but they don't see. You have had problem before. Yes or no? Yes. When a problem comes, you know about it. It will come, it will go. Then why you sit and worry? Why you drag your mind, you make yourself crazy? Know one thing, that as it comes, it will also go. Previous problem in the past have come, they have also gone. But you worry for no reason. And you are so much seated either in the past or for the future. You are not in the moment. You can enjoy really the moment. But if you're ruining the moment itself, how would you be happy? Positiveness is very important for that. We have to be grateful. Look, in life, you will have a lot of experience. Out of 10 experience, for sure, 1 will be not as you want it to be. But you forget about that 9 experience of positiveness that you have had. and then hold upon that one negative experience that make you crazy. To rise above that. And one thing else is that as a human being, you hold something beautiful inside of you. And that beauty that you hold, that love that you hold inside of you, it is a love that have to be given. When you learn truly to give love, I'm not saying to love one person and give love to that person. That is not love. What I'm saying about love is that universality of love. Yeah. When you perceived that, yes, to love it's not that easy. No? But yet, if you open up your mind and allow that love to flow, you will see that it's not a person that I can love. Love is not only towards one person. Love is towards that supreme which is embedded in everything, which is hidden in everyone and in everything. That's what we love. Like yesterday I was saying, love is eternity. Love is eternal. That love can only love someone which is eternal. And there is nobody which is eternal. There's only one. That is Vitthal Giridhari. No? He's the only one which is eternal. So if you know that secret of loving, pour out your heart and love him. When you can love him and love him in every of his creation, he will come and grant you that realization. Jai Gurudev.